All right, so we've got our frequencies. So now what we need to do is just go ahead and fill them in, because that's basically what we found. So the times that they made just between 0 and 3 cappuccinos in an hour, that only happened twice on their shift. For 4 to 7 cappuccinos an hour, that happened 3 times on their shift. 8 to 11 was 8 times. 12 to 15 was 3 times. And 16 to 9 was 2. All right, so we need to know this bottom question before we can figure out relative frequency. So the total number of cappuccinos, we just need to add them up. So 2 plus 3 is 5. We got another 2 plus 3, so that's another 5, so that's 10. Plus 8 is 18. So there are 18 total hours that they created some data for this. So for the relative frequency ends up being a percent, and it's what we did right up here. It's finding the percent, so it's going to be 2 divided by 18, and sometimes you can leave it as a percent, or you can leave it in decimal form. Sometimes you can leave it as a percent. It depends on what they're asking you for, so you do kind of have to pay attention to the question. We'll leave it as a decimal for today just to make our lives easier. So we've got 2 divided by 18, 3 divided by 18, 8 divided by 18, 3 divided by 18, and 2 divided by 18. The nice thing is those are going to repeat, so we don't have to do quite so many calculations. All right, so 2 divided by 9 gives us 0.2 repeating. And I'm going to go to 2 decimal places today on these. It depends on what your problem tells you. All right, so what did I do wrong? I did 2 divided by 9 because I was skipping ahead. It should be 2 divided by 18. So 2 divided by 18 gives us 0.1. Sorry about that, my bad. All right, then 3 divided by 18 is going to give us 0.17. 8 divided by 18 gives us 0.44. And then we already did 3 divided by 18. We know it's 0.17. And we did 2 divided by 18, so it's 0.11. All right, and then the very last thing they ask you down here, how would you describe the distribution of the data? So what they're talking about here is the skew again. So back from the first page when we were talking about is something skewed left, skewed right, or normal. And if you look at this data, it's pretty symmetrical. All right, we've got the tall center one, and then we've got 3 on either side, and then 2 on either side. So if it's symmetrical, it's normal distribution. All right, so that is all of the notes for this unit in quite condensed form. So what we want you guys to do now is, now that you've filled out these notes, start working through those practice problems that come on the next set of pages. Look back at these notes, look back at measures of center, look back at measures of spread, look at your skew, and then also go back and look at your Desmos notes and your TI-83 notes, depending on what you've got access to at home, to help you work through these. When you come back, when we see you after Snowmageddon, bring your questions and let us know, and we'll try and kind of fix where we're at. And hopefully this will keep us on track no matter how many days we miss from this. Thanks, guys. Have a good rest of your snow break and be safe. Bye.